Welcome everybody back. Okay, it says I'm live, so um, I believe that the YouTube people, the YouTube went froze on us, so we had to just restart. So just like to welcome everybody back on YouTube. Can you see me on YouTube? Am I back?
Maybe the algorithms there picked up something you said about.
You see, are they censoring me, censoring what I'm saying? Okay, wow, that would be
Kind of live
interesting.
on Sunday too.
But it says that we're live, so
And oh, Michael Chamberlain's just ringing. Um, Hi, Michael. I think YouTube's coming back up again.
Yeah, we can hear everything they're saying right now.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
all right. It looks like we're live now.
We're live now.
Yes. All right. So I believe we froze there for a while. So just for the sake, anyone anywhere in the world can go online right now and become a member. You don't have to live in a small town to be a member. And the members around the world make the community strong. And the members around the world can buy infinity tokens. So if you live in a small town, then that's obviously different. Then you can be a member and then also participate in the different businesses and the community upliftment projects in your town. But you don't have to live in a small town to be a one small town member. So this is why I keep saying every one small town supporter everywhere in the world, go online and sign up as a member. You don't have to live in a small town. Okay, so just that'll come later. That'll come later. So uh, encourage everybody to be a member and then buy a bunch of tokens, especially the health center investor tokens. Please get those so that we can get that health center funded as quickly as possible, and create that incredible example to the world how we. Right, and then secondly, so the question was, is it more important for members to sign up or the businesses, the number of businesses that we launch? It's really it's both. The more businesses we have, the more businesses we have as business plans that are really good business plans, that are profitable business plans. And again, it could be anything. It could be a small business plan from $10,000 to $1 billion. It doesn't matter, as long as it's a good business plan that makes profits. Investors will look at it, and investors will show an interest if it shows a good profit. If there's a good return on investment, everyone is interested. That's why good business plans will bring us good investors into the small towns. So that's critical. Understand that. So the more good business plans we can put out there and launch the tokens to help fund and crowdfund those businesses, the more success we're going to start getting, and hopefully that's going to grow exponentially. To those that have bought the tokens, we hopefully are going to see a stampede for every future new business that is launched on the One Small Town platform. That's what I anticipate, and that's what I've been saying for many years now. Once the conscious billionaires and conscious millionaires realize what a powerful and brilliant investment opportunity the One Small Town initiative is, that is a lot safer than NASDAQ, a lot safer than many of the big investment opportunities out in the world. Once they realize that when you invest in a small community and you partner with an entire community, it becomes a very powerful partnership for investors. I expect we're going to see a stampede of investors into small towns. And I've manifested this many times. There are more multimillionaires in the world than there are small towns. So I'm hoping we're going to get to a stage where there are too many millionaires and not enough small towns, and they're going to be fighting about which small town they're going to grab and invest into and make it their town. That's the situation I want to get to. And I believe we're going to get there. It might not be next year. Maybe. Who knows? I'm open to be surprised. So let's move to the next question, Julia.
Okay, so we're going to make them quick fire answers.
Yeah.
Susie Tyson, I would like a platform where we can converse with one another, share ideas, etc. Well, that will come eventually, because there will be you'll be able to message each other within the platform. But for now, I think you may be a British Isles member. For now, what I think each ambassador will do is set up things like Telegram chat groups to enable people to come together in their localized groups. So, you know, that we're in the process of making sure that those happen.
Yeah, I think it's important also to say that we have to use the tools of enslavement as tools of liberation, and that applies to everything. And it applies to having to use, whether it's Facebook or Telegram or WhatsApp. We have to use what we have. But let me tell you, and let you put your mind at ease, our platform has everything you can imagine in it. We have a WhatsApp or a Telegram kind of communication system within our platform, so that once you are a member, at some stage when we have the capacity and when we have enough coders, we can afford to pay more money, we'll be able to then activate our internal once more time communication, I guess, platform or network like WhatsApp or Telegram. So that's coming. So yes, the answer to that is yes, our members will be able to communicate and will be able to set up groups within the Once More Time platform. Everything you can imagine, whether it's sales, inventory, warehousing, distribution, paying out dividends, monitoring the tokens, monitoring your digital wallet, the tokens that you've earned, or if you bought something at the Once More Time store, all of this goes through the platform because it's all interconnected. And that's why it makes it so powerful. We're not dependent on anybody else.
Okay, so next one from David Trotter, who I believe is in the USA. Is the platform currently set up to allow exchanging Infinity tokens for investor tokens, either by like a direct trade, or do you have to sell your Infinity tokens in order to buy the investor token?
Okay, very good question. It's come up a few times now. So keep in mind that the investor token is a completely separate thing. The health center token, let's call it the health center token, is a completely separate thing from the Infinity token. And we, as Once More Time, we're not a bank. We're just the facilitators of the tokens. So the Once More Time trading platform is there to place your tokens for sale to a willing buyer. So a willing seller, willing buyer. And that's why we're not like other trading platforms or trade exchanges that can be crashed. You can take your Bitcoins. If I had 1 million Bitcoins today and I went onto a trading platform and I sold my Bitcoins for $10 each, tomorrow the value of Bitcoin is gone. It would have crashed. It's gone. I can, in one fell swoop, jeopardize and crash the entire Bitcoin empire. Well, that can never happen in the Once More Time community, in the members on the Once More Time trading platform, because there's a minimum price that you have to pay, that you have to sell your tokens for, because we can't undermine and undervalue our members' 3 hours sweat equity and the labor. It has to retain its value. So there's always I think it's like 90% or 85%. So you can sell your Infinity tokens for, I think it's 90% of the value that it's trading, that it's being sold for. And that's it. So no one can ever go and crash the system. But it does allow people who at some stage, when it starts to really flow and allow people who at some stage, when it starts to really flow and people are selling and buying more tokens, and there are no more tokens available because we've sold the 24 million tokens. Maybe I should just explain that a little bit. And once you can't just buy tokens, once the only tokens that are available are those tokens that are earned by the members by contributing their 3 hours. There'll come a stage where the only way you can earn a token is by contributing your 3 hours, right? And at that stage, it'll become a very, very powerful tool to have. Right now, we're still in the process of selling the first 24 million tokens. That is our seed capital. Okay, it's very simple. It's seed capital. We've issued 24 million tokens to sell. So we got funding to help run and manage Once More Time, set up businesses, help the communities. And that's what we're using and spending money every month. We never have enough money. If we sold all 24 million tokens right now, it'll give us a lot of leeway to go and launch this a lot quicker. But right now we're doing it on a monthly basis, as much money as we get in. Once these first 24 million tokens have been sold, then there's no more tokens. We have no more tokens to sell. And then the One Small Town office will only survive if the businesses that were set up by you and your members and your communities, if those businesses are successful, because 10% of those businesses gets kicked back to the local One Small Town office, and that office then kicks back another 4% to the One Small Town head office internationally. So it's really important to know this is a bottom-up approach. This is not a top-down approach. I'm not running anything. I'm not controlling anything. The people in their communities control and manage their businesses. They make them successful. They make as much profit as they can. And then from that profit, they pay us. They pay me. They pay the One Small Town management team at the local office and the international office. It's really important to understand that. But we've given ourselves the 24 million tokens to help hopefully raise enough capital for our office to survive, to make this a success. And after that, no more tokens are going to be able to be sold by the One Small Town office. So at that point, every token holder, I'm talking about infinity tokens. This is our reward system, our exchange between the One Small Town members around the world. At that point, the only tokens available on the One Small Town platform will be from members who want to sell their tokens. And if members don't want to sell their tokens, then you ain't going to be able to buy any infinity tokens. Can you see how powerful that is? This is really, really powerful. You can earn them, but you don't have to sell them. Because once you've earned them, you'll be able to go to your local One Small Town store. You can get whatever you want using your tokens. You can exchange the tokens with other members of your community for whether it's a car or a bicycle or a TV or a hairdryer, whatever the hell, food, doesn't matter. You can exchange the tokens on the platform in your digital wallet between members directly. Or you go to the One Small Town store, and there you can get things off the shelf and pay with your infinity tokens in your digital wallet. So this is really important. So to answer the question, can I trade the infinity token for the health center token? The answer is no. The health center token is owned by whoever bought it, and you can't go onto your wallet and exchange it for the other. The infinity token is in your wallet, and that is the reward that you get for your 3 hours contribution towards your community. The health center token now is a token that will give you an annual income from the profits of that health center. So you can sell that health center token to anyone who wants to buy it, but you can't exchange the two, one for the other. So you can take, if you got 100 tokens. I think I was one of the first people to buy 100 health center tokens. So I wanted to lead by example, and I expect each and every one of us here to go out there and buy $100 worth of tokens. That's the minimum you can buy. Please do that if you can, or buy more. If you can buy 10,000 tokens, please do it. We need to support ourselves and help ourselves. So once you got those tokens in your digital wallet, they appear within, I think, 6 hours or so. As soon as the system has picked up that the payment has been made, the payment is approved, then the token is automatically deposited into your digital wallet. Then I can do whatever I want. I can send that token as a gift to anyone, as long as they're a member. I can send that token to anybody who is a member and has a digital wallet. So I can buy tokens and then gift them to my wife or my family or my son, and they can live anywhere in the world. And now suddenly they become a shareholder or a profit share benefactor from that health center in Ras El Mutton. So you can buy tokens for somebody else, keep them in your wallet, and when they become a member, you can then send them those tokens and as a present. Or you can sell them. You can exchange them. You can sell them. Right, I hope I explained that.
Sorry, I was just checking the questions. Maybe we could do a dedicated Zoom call at some point about tokens,
Yes.
and then we can cover everything that we might need to cover. There is a related question. How can the OST members know how many tokens are sold or left to be sold for the health centre, and also the infinity tokens? Is that via the algorithm? Of what the value really, isn't it?
It was a question. So I was busy reading a question. I was doing a very naughty thing. I wasn't listening to you. I was busy reading a question on YouTube, and behaving very badly here. Focus, Tillinger. Focus.
So the question was, how can the members know how many tokens are sold or left to be sold for the health centre?
Good question. Obviously, we know at the back end, but it's something that we've been sort of trying to keep protected because it's you don't always show your hand. We want to make sure that people keep buying the token and maybe feel a bit anxious that there might be not enough tokens, whatever. I'm not sure. We might have sold. For all I know, Fayez may have approached many of the investors that were willing to put in like $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 before we launch a token. Fayez may have already got those investments and may have raised $2 or $3 million. So there might only be, 200,000 tokens left out of the million. I don't know at this stage, but we don't want to show that hand because we want to keep the people, excited about buying the tokens and not saying, oh, there's still plenty of tokens available, I'll get them later. So we're probably not going to show our hand. Otherwise, we might jeopardize the number of tokens we sell.
Okay, so how will the new health centre work when doctors and nurses only work 3 hours per week? So perhaps we should explain that that's not quite how it works.
Yeah, so don't get confused between businesses. First of all, that's a very important question. And that's where you need to draw the line between community businesses and our membership and our 3-hour contribution, so that we benefit from the businesses and benefit from the profits and benefit from the food and everything. There's a difference between our 3-hour contribution and the business as itself. So a business needs to be run by experts, and the hospital is run by doctors and nurses and experts in the medical field. They don't contribute 3 hours. They work there full time and they come and see their patients every day. So that's a very different thing. And that's how we make money. Keep in mind that that the attraction in that health center is the specialists and their unique speciality. That's what is going to attract all the people from the Gulf area and the EU as well, because it's going to be very affordable compared to other health centers for what is often very expensive in the EU and the UK. You're going to be able to get it a lot cheaper, and also you'll be. So I got distracted there. Something was freezing here. And at the same time, while it's benefiting the medical tourism and people outside of our community, it is low system source. Sorry, I'm. How are we doing with the battery there? Oh, okay, my just died. Okay, so I'm still live on YouTube, but unfortunately, my battery died on my laptop for all kinds of inexplicable reasons. So we're just going to reload this laptop and get on with that. So we've been going for 1 hour and 20 minutes. All right, so everyone watching us on YouTube, just please hang in there. I'll have to restart my laptop and just log back into Zoom. Yes, that's the backup power. Yeah.
But the cleaning services, the laundry, the cooking, the serving of meals, the maintaining of the hospital itself, the maintaining of the electrical systems, all those sort of things can be done by, or many of those things can be done by volunteers. All the critical things will be done by professionals that will be paid as professionals. We'll just integrate the volunteer work with people with services that can be provided by volunteers. At the same time, we will also educate people to a higher level so they can form some of the more intricate systems. That's the way I see this working. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Al. I think we have Michael back.
Yes, thank you. Sorry, my laptop battery just died on me, and out of the blue, and just shut my laptop down. So here we are. So I'm back on YouTube live, still continuing there, and live here. So I just need to.
I'm going to do a quick fire one. Eva, you asked about how to buy tokens at the health centre. I can't fill in the IBAN number. Can you email support platform at onesmalltown.org and they will help you with that.
Why is it not recording?
So we've got some. Will the health centre be in the same? Will the health centre be the same in all OST with the same token? Excuse me. No, it'll all have separate tokens. So each business or centre or whatever that would be would have its own health centre token. Excuse me.
Recording in progress.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The gremlins.
Yes. All right. So I'm back. I'm back on Zoom again. So sorry for this little interruption. I'm not going to bore you with the details, but it's an interesting challenge. We have to juggle the electrical cable between the two laptops, and I was too late to swap the cable. So.
So another question: what happens if you want to? If you're traveling for a couple of months, so you're not able to do your 3 hours a week?
Very simple. That means that you can't get the benefits from those the monthly distributions. Okay, so I'm talking about the Infinity token. Now, the Infinity token, which is your token that you get for contributing 3 hours a week, you can do 3 hours a day. Remember that the Infinity token is earned for any member, for any service that they deliver towards their community. So it could be 3 hours a week. That's the minimum that you have to contribute. And if you can't contribute 3 hours a week, then you can't get the distribution of the benefits of the profits of the businesses or the food that we distribute and so forth. So you'd either have to make it up before you leave. So you'd have to work an additional, if you go away for 4 weeks, and you'd have to work an extra 4 times 3 hour sessions before you go away. That's it. So you accrue credit for your travels, and then that's fine. So we obviously want to make sure that our members are happy and that they're not discriminated in any way, or if you fall sick and so forth. So all of this, a lot of this is actually covered in the white paper. I really urge everybody, please read the white paper, go on our website, click on the tokens, Infinity token, and download the white paper so you can study it and see a lot of these questions are answered in there. Like if you're sick, or if you can't make it, or if you have to go away, and so forth. So it's all in the white paper. And that's to do with the Infinity token. Very different from the health center token. We don't even have a white paper there because it's unnecessary. The white paper there, we felt that it's a very simple contractual agreement. You buy the tokens, and the tokens represent. There's a hard line there's a chasm between the tokens and the business, but the tokens represent 30% profit of a specific business. In the health center tokens, it represents 30% profit of the health center in Ras Al Mutton. So that's one token that represents that one business. Every other business will have its own token that will represent that business and the profits generated by that business. So eventually, the One Small Town trading platform is going to have thousands and thousands of tokens that can be shared and traded and sold between our members. So understand where this is going. This is a big thing that we're doing here. And the health center token is the first. And that's why it's so important. It'll forever remain the historic, critical first investor token or community funding token that we've created for ourselves. We have to use the word investor very carefully. So you'll sometimes see me skirting that issue because people like the SEC and the financial services control watchdogs, watch bodies are very precious about when you start using the word investment and investors and so forth. So we got to make sure that we are very clear that while this is an investment into your community, an investment of goodwill and good faith and so forth, you are investing into a token. You're not actually buying shares in a company. It's very important. So we draw that line. But the contract specifies very clearly that 30% of the profits of that will be distributed to the token holders. So that's how we were able to separate the two, so they're not connected, and we're not going as a financial institution. Nobody can say or claim that we're pretending to be a financial institution or doing the business of a bank. Please read the disclaimer on our website at the bottom of the landing page, at various pages that disclaims that we're not a financial institution. We don't pretend to be, that we don't pretend to give advice or investment advice or any like that, because the moment these guys see you doing this, they come after you, and we're not doing this. We are a private membership organization that offers our members tokens, and that's what our members are buying. And by buying the tokens, they participate in the well-being and the health of the businesses that we then fund with those funds. So there's a separation between the two. I completely forgot what I was talking about. Got completely distracted there.
So there's a message from Brad, who he has skills in manufacturing. And excuse me, Brad, I lost your question. That you want to offer your services in manufacturing machinery control, which may be needed in the pilot phase of One Small Town projects, and you don't know how to contribute your time. If you could let us know whereabouts you are, which country, which town you're in, because it would be good to see who is the best contact to get in touch with you to see what you can offer and what you've got in those skills, because clearly they are skills that we would like to have on board from the central team to tap into. There's another question from, I think it was Therese, if I'm saying your name correctly, about herbal medicines. At some point very soon, we will be starting some expert groups. So if you have an expertise in something along the lines of what you're suggesting about learning herbal medicine and contributing your nutritional skills, then there will be sort of mastermind groups set up for people to come on board and share their ideas. So I expect you're interested in herbal medicines too.
The other big thing, Julia, we need to add here is that we're working on a system like a talent exchange kind of thing, or skills exchange. We're not there yet because we got too many things to do before we even get there. The next big thing we're going to be launching is the One Small Town Art Gallery in Russell Mutton, and that's huge. If there are any questions about that, I'll gladly take them, because we're going to change the way art is sold around the world and artists sell their works of art. Change it completely. It's like we're going to revolutionize the way that art is sold. That'll continue to benefit the artists, like the benefits through royalty payments forever and ever as the art gets resold. Like authors and musicians get paid royalties, our artists will now start earning royalties through the One Small Town galleries for every resale of their work of art. But so that's the next big thing we need to launch, and that's been a huge project for the platform with an insane amount of coding. It's like I couldn't believe the amount of coding when I saw the back end of it. It's like 120 pages of coding or more. That blew my mind. So what we're doing here is a huge thing, people. Please understand this. This is not something small. to come back to, and I lost my train of thought already. Sorry, I get.
We've had the skills.
The skills. So we're working on the skills exchange thing where our members can offer, like on a like a I guess an online store, can offer their skills, whether it's psychology, whether it's God knows what, anything that can be done either virtually or physically, locally. If you're close by, you can do it physically, but where our members can offer their skills in return for tokens. So again, it's going to be tokens shared and exchanged between our members, because now you can take those tokens and you can do something with them. You can go to a One Small Town store and get stuff from the store. And the One Small Town store thing is quite a new thing, because it's taken us quite a while to figure out how the store is going to work. How are we going to make this work? Because we don't want to work with fiat currency. We want to work with the tokens that the people earn, and that the people earn, and now they want to be able to use the tokens. So it's taken a long time for us to figure it out. We now have a very beautiful model for it that we can start developing. Well, we've started already, but it's got a long way before it's ready to be implemented. When I say a long way, it could be 6 months or so before we're ready to implement the first One Small Town store. The exchange of talents and skills and talents. What I'd like to say to somebody like the person who says he's got manufacturing skills, it's really important for people to start taking charge of their own environment, their own town. Don't constantly look outside. Well, where can you go and help this one small town there? No, look at your town. One of my most, I guess, slightly frustrating things is the hordes of email I get is like, people think that we're setting up these intentional hippie communities, and they say, well, I love what you're doing. Tell me where's the closest one small town. I'd like to go live there. So, well, it doesn't work like that. It's like, this is not a hippie community. It's not an intentional community. We're taking existing small towns and communities and turning them into places of prosperity and abundance on all levels for all the people in those communities. So if you have special skills like manufacturing skills, then say to yourself, okay, well, maybe I'm the guy that has to become the ambassador in my town. Or maybe I'm the guy that has to find the ambassador to help me launch One Small Town, because I might not have the management skills that an ambassador needs, but I've got the manufacturing skills that can start the first One Small Town business that'll make profit for our town. So my skills as a manufacturer will be able to help launch the first cornerstone business. That'll be and I'll get the help and management from the ambassador and the implementation team to help write the business plan for me. So when we launch One Small Town in my town, in my community, my manufacturing skills will be put to good use, because we'll launch the business that I've proposed in my town. Think of it like that. Don't think of like, how can I put my skills to use in other small towns around the world? Look at yourself locally and start recognizing that you are a very powerful individual, that you can contribute towards the well-being of your community with your skills and your knowledge and your expertise. That's what your community needs. That's what every community needs, is people that have got these amazing skills and abilities. And we're learning that a great deal, especially with the farmers, the agricultural experts, the people that know how to grow food and so forth. And our One Small Town in South Africa, in Paris, that's where we are very active with our agriculture, and about to launch some of the great seed testing facilities that are literally going to change the way we grow food. So think about what you can do in your community, and then find the right people to launch One Small Town with you.
Okay. So I'm just scrolling up to see what else wasn't covered. We're sort of about 2 hours in now.
Yes.
There was something from Patricia about a residency permit. I think Michael probably just answered that, in that it's not about sort of travelling to one small town and using it to get your residency. That has to be done by you, outside of us, unfortunately. So So we did the manufacturing, we did the banking side of things, credit cards. Yes, we don't change things by fighting.
Let me see what questions there are. Can you see any questions on YouTube, Julia? Do you?
My what do we call it? Machine died.
All right. So let me just see if there are any questions on YouTube since we've struggled.
Oh
with...
yeah, are you back? Nice compliments.
There's a complaint on YouTube that says the character limit on YouTube is really annoying. Okay, hopefully it's not on my YouTube. Hopefully it's on YouTube general. So here, Vinny says, I'm just reading across here from the YouTube. Vinny says, Stuart, I've worked within the IT industry all of my career and tend to play the devil's advocate within my area of expertise. Okay, I don't know what that is. Sorry.
So there's lots of statements rather than questions.
Okay.
Which and then some of them are agreeing with what you're saying and saying hello. So we've pretty much covered everything I can see. And apologies if I've missed anything.
All right. So if there is anyone that has asked a question here in Zoom, if there's anyone that's asked a question that we didn't cover, would you mind just putting it again in the text so we can go through one or two? There's a question. What are the plans regarding electricity? Okay, very important question. It is a huge thing. In fact, I'm going to expand this question to technology as a whole. We get very few people that attack me, or very few people that have a go at me because the idea is so noble and it's so awesome. Unfortunately, if you can't fight the idea, you attack the messenger. So for many years, I've been the the focus of attack. Attack Michael and make him look like a bad person because we can't attack the idea of one small town, because the idea is sound and solid. And so I've come under a lot of attack, but recently somehow it's slowed down. But just a few days ago, somebody emailed and said that I've been making all these promises about technology and all this, and we haven't delivered anything. And my answer to that is, dude, do you have any idea how much technology we are working with right now? Just because you're not aware of it doesn't mean that we are not succeeding with it. Please understand this. So this is a statement for anyone that's wondering about what's happening with technology. First of all, we are now working with a number of technologies that we are busy developing, but we're pretty much keeping that under wraps until we're ready to release it, because some of these technologies, very, very well, people die every day because of some of these technologies. They simply disappear, or they just stop, or they whatever. So we're being very careful about what we share about some of these technologies, and I share as much as I can without jeopardizing the safety of some of the people working with us. But what I can tell you at the same time is that the biggest problem with technology is not getting the technology to market. We have a very simple plan in the One Small Town initiative, because our plan is that it has to benefit the people. It doesn't benefit me or the One Small Town office. It must benefit the people. And if we can't launch it in a way that it benefits the people, then we can't launch that particular technology. Now, not all inventors are of that kind of thought. So we have dealt, and I have dealt, especially over the last 15 years, with dozens and dozens, probably hundreds of inventors, from the health industry to the electricity to desalination, water purification, to all kinds of stuff, healthcare. And unfortunately, the problem 90% of the time, or more, 99% of the time, the problem lies with the inventors. And I can't stress that enough. It's the inventors that ultimately prevent us from moving ahead, because they either get spooked or they get scared off. And I must admit, it's been quite shocking that some of the people that we worked with just disappeared. And this is why I know how serious this is. They either disappeared or they very, very spookily told us never to call them again, and they never can talk to us again. And after several weeks and months of preparation, things like that. So when we talk about developing technology, please believe me that we're doing everything we can. We're working as fast as we can, but 99% of the time, it is the inventors that are the problem. They're either too ignorant to know how corrupt the world is, or they are too scared and they don't want to. They go so far and then they get scared and they pull back and they don't want to, go further, or something else happens. So, but what I can tell you is that the more we succeed with one technology, the more it gives other inventors the courage and confidence to know that they can trust us. And we're now at a stage, and I'm not going to mention the kind of technology. There are 2 or 3 or 4 technologies we're working on right now that are game changers for the world on every level. And we're very, very close, literally 2 to 3 months from launching one of those technologies. We are in complete control of that technology by now because it is our technology that we developed, and it will be a game changer that will put us in a very powerful position that will help us launch One Small Town a lot quicker than waiting for ambassadors and people to sign up. And when they do sign up, it'll give us the financial muscle to be able to move in and act very, very quickly. So we are working with technology as quickly as we can, and just be aware of that. Electricity is one of them, but
A reminder, we're on YouTube.
yeah, but remember that electricity is something that is controlled by governments, controlled by interested parties, controlled by service providers, and so forth. Now, we have come up with ideas and plans of releasing some of this technology, but we will share that. We'll share that at a later stage. Yeah, I think I'm going to not say more about that than that. Yeah.
Okay, so we're getting more questions, but we've been doing this now for nearly 3 hours.
Yeah.
So how do we want to do this, folks? Do you want to continue, which I'm sure Michael's pretty running out of it, or do we want to extract these questions and come back to you in a different format at some point?
I think what we'll need to do, we do need to update the Q&A videos and the Q&A page on the onesmalltown.org website, because I did notice some of the questions in the Q&As that I did a year ago are already out of date because we have moved and shifted and improved and upgraded. So I need to go and make new videos. So what I'd suggest is if you have a question, email it to Julia or email it to me. And I think we had that form that we emailed to everybody. We can take those questions because there'll be duplicates. There always are duplicates. And I will do videos for our Q&A channel, for our Q&A page on the website. And that way, I think it's best then at least we can use one question and let everybody benefit from it. And it'll be on the website, on the Q&A page.
Yeah, I can probably extract them from here because I can see that people telling me that I've missed some that were at the top of where I scrolled down from. So I do apologise for that. This is my question was posted at the beginning. And they're good questions as well, like how can I get involved in the art gallery and things along those lines. So why don't we come back and mop up all the questions that we haven't managed to answer today and get you those answers in one format or another, whether they're written or whether they're video.
Great.
Does that sound okay to everyone?
I saw one thumbs up. Where we go one, we go all. So I assume that's thumbs up from everybody. So I'd like to also just thank all the people on YouTube. And I know that I didn't focus on any of the questions on YouTube. So thank you for everybody that's joined us there. The one question I can see there, will this video be available somewhere? Yes, it'll be available on YouTube, and it'll also be available on the One Small Town website, probably via YouTube or as its own video that'll be loaded on our platform. Remember, our platform is the home for everything. So all these videos, like everything else, ultimately ends up on our platform in our own private, safe environment. So no one can delete them or just remove them. And that's how we protect our intellectual property and protect conversations and videos like this and meetings like this. So I think then we're going to call it a day. And thanks everybody for joining us on YouTube. It's absolutely awesome to see so many people. And thanks for everyone here on Zoom. Sorry about the little glitches. I promise I'll get a new power cord for the other laptop. My wife stole it. She's using it on her laptop. So, damn.
There's a message that says, "We love you, Michael," on here.
Well, I love you all equally. And I can't tell you how grateful and honored I feel that so many people over so many years have followed and supported this initiative to get us to this point where we are virtually over what is called the Rubicon. We're about to slide down the other side. We've been pushing this up the hill for so many years. I'm so tired of pushing. I must tell you, there are days and times that I just break down and cry because it's simply completely overwhelming. But I do believe that we've reached the plateau. I'm now pushing this with many other people like Julia and our members. We're pushing it on a horizontal plane. So the energy required is a lot less, but we're right on the verge of that Rubicon. It's going to start rolling down the hill and start picking up its own momentum. And if we as One Small Town members can support the health center token as our first priority, let us sell and buy those first 1 million tokens. That is our first objective that we need to achieve. After that, we're going to start picking up momentum. We're going to be releasing some of our new technologies. That's going to put us into a very powerful position that we can help every One Small Town that wants to come on board launch very, very quickly and effectively with their own cornerstone businesses that make profits from the word go, which means we can launch thousands of small towns very, very quickly in many, many countries. That's how far we've come. My parting words, again, thank you so much to everybody over so many years of support. But now is a critical time. Now is where we really got to stand together, sell those or buy those tokens up, the health center tokens, and let's talk again in a month's time. Let's do another one of these live calls in a month. Let's do them once a month so we can go through questions and answers. Now we've learned a little bit about how to go live on Zoom and live on YouTube, and I look forward to it. Thank you. It's great to see so many wonderful, shining, happy, smiling faces, because we have a solution. We have a solution to the problems that face the world. And this is really going to be my final message. If you can find any other movement or any other group that has a solution for the world, join them. Join them and do whatever you can to support them and make that a success. If there is no other group that you can join, and One Small Town is the only group that you believe has the answers, then join One Small Town and throw all your weight behind One Small Town. We can't dissipate and scatter this energy. We have to focus this energy. So let's focus all this energy behind One Small Town. It has all the solutions for all the problems we face, because the solutions don't come from me, they come from you, the people in the communities. And on that note, I'm going to say thank you and goodbye until next time.
Thank you, everyone.
Lots of love to everyone.
Bye now. I'm not going to click leave until I know that all the questions are captured.
Okay. I'm going to close and download this.